So let's come to the lecture 7, and regarding this nutrition, I feel this is my last lecture, and then we will begin with the next topic. See, most of you were asking about me this glands and associated with the digestive system, so I have prepared for you. See what is happening here. You know, the first gland that is present in your mouth, isn't it? That is your salivary gland. And how many number they are? There are 3 pairs of salivary gland. Okay, present in the where it is present in your mouth, isn't it? Oral cavity, and it secretes what? Saliva. Now this saliva contains what? It contains mucus. I have already told you that softens your food. It contains lysozyme enzyme that kills your bacteria, and it also contains an enzyme salivary amylase, which is a major enzyme which converts your carbohydrate, okay, that is starch, like your roti contains starch, isn't it, which is a bigger chain. Already we have discussed all those things, and they chop that bigger molecule into what? Smaller chains of sugar. Like you can experience this also. What you can do, you can now eat the same bite of roti for a smaller period of time and for a longer duration of time, and just see what do you experience. And if you chew that food for a longer period of time, more time is given for digestion, and the more sweeter that thing or that substance or that food becomes. You can do it experimentally and can share your views about it. What did you experience about it? What I am saying is correct or something else you observed? Okay, and after this comes your liver. It is the largest gland, okay, present at the right side of the upper abdominal cavity, just below the diaphragm, above the stomach, okay, and it secretes major enzyme which is called as what? Bile juice. It secretes bile juice, not enzyme, okay. It secretes bile juice, and bile juice doesn't contain any enzyme. Remember that bile juice does not contain any enzyme, but it helps in the process of digestion of fat. Okay, it helps in the process of digestion of fat by the process of emulsification. Already we have said that bigger fat droplet, by the action of bile juice, they get broken down into smaller droplets. Now bigger droplet, if broken down into smaller droplet, what will happen? More surface area is available for the enzymes lipase, which will be secreted by your pancreas to act upon. Okay, so it is helping in fat digestion, but itself it is not breaking down that fat molecule. Remember that. Okay, so breaking down of bigger fat droplet into smaller droplets is called as what? Emulsification. But it is fat. It has not been broken down into glycerol and fatty acids. Is that clear? Okay. Now we come towards this next gland. First, just deal with gastric glands. Okay. It is glands which is present in on the walls of your stomach. Okay, and it secretes which juice? Gastric juice. This juice contains 3 things. One is your mucus, HCl, and your enzyme pepsinogen. It secretes the enzyme pepsinogen in an inactive form. Okay, protects. Think why it secretes the enzyme in inactive form. And this mucus, what it does? It protects the wall of the stomach. Then HCl, what it does? It provides the acidic medium for conversion of inactive enzyme pepsinogen to pepsin, and it kills the bacteria. Okay, and now what do you see? You got it? Pepsinogen is inactive, and it gets, by the action of HCl, converted into pepsin. And what does this pepsin do? It breaks your protein into smaller chains of peptides, isn't it? Fine. Now you can see pancreas, which is one of the major gland in your body, and it is located in the abdomen. Okay. And the pancreatic duct from your pancreas brings this juice, pancreatic juice. Okay, and it joins where? In the duodenum. I have shown you in the diagram, okay, earlier. And it secretes which juice? Pancreatic juice. And this is very important as it contains a number of important digestive enzymes. Like few of them I have also shown you earlier in the figure. I will come back to that figure again to make things for you to relate and make things become easier for you. See, it contains trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase. All these enzymes, they act on what? They are what? Peptidases. They act on your proteins and break it into dipeptides. Dipeptides means two molecules of amino acids, isn't it? If you remember the diagram, I will come back to that diagram again, okay? And then ultimate digestion takes place in your absorptive cells. Now pancreatic lipase, lipase acts on fats, okay? So it acts on fats and converts into fatty acids and glycerol. Fine. The third enzyme that it contains is your pancreatic amylase. As the name itself tells you, amylase means it acts on carbohydrates. Okay, and acts on carbohydrates and breaks into disaccharides. Okay, if you remember, I have told you maltose is what? A disaccharide which contains two molecules of glucose. Okay. Now coming to this diagram, I hope you remember this diagram I showed you, like how carbohydrate digestion starts in your oral cavity, that is in your mouth by salivary amylase, and smaller carbohydrates larger to smaller, and then in stomach no enzyme is there for your carbohydrate digestion. Pancreatic amylase, do you remember? It is breaking your smaller carbohydrates into what? Disaccharides, maltose. And then what is ultimately happening? Enzymes of the epithelium, that is your absorptive cells, they digest into what? Glucose. And then it is absorbed by your what? Blood capillaries, isn't it? And it goes to your body. Similarly, what happens with the proteins? No digestion of proteins takes place in mouth. It starts in your stomach, isn't it? Pepsin. Pepsin converts protein into what? Smaller peptides. Just think why pepsinogen is being formed, not pepsin is being formed. It is being converted into pepsin by the action of hydrochloric acid. Think why it's not being secreted. If you know the answer, please reply on me on WhatsApp. Then pancreas, then from stomach to it comes into what? Small intestine food. Then pancreatic juice is secreted, which contains what? Trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase, all those enzymes, okay, which breaks your smaller peptides into what? Further into smaller, and then ultimately into what? Disaccharides, and then disaccharides are converted, dipeptides, sorry, not disaccharides, dipeptides, okay. They ultimately break into what? Dipeptides. Okay. And dipeptides contain what? One amino acid bonded by peptide bond. This is your dipeptide. Okay. And then by epithelial cells, they converted into amino acids. And then these amino acids move into your bloodstream by simple process of diffusion. Okay. And then what happens? This is about your nucleic acid. The pancreas only secretes your pancreatic nuclease. Okay. Then in your small intestine, it is digested into what? Nucleotides are converted. Okay. DNA and RNA converted into nucleotides, and then these nucleotides by epithelial cells into nitrogenous bases, sugars, and phosphate, and then absorbed by your blood, isn't it? Now let's come towards your fat. Ultimately, no fat digestion in mouth, stomach, in intestine by pancreatic lipase. And by that time you also see that in the duodenum your bile duct brings your bile juice, which causes what? Emulsification, isn't it? And then pancreatic lipase converts into glycerol and fatty acids. And I have told you that fat is being absorbed by these lymphatic vessels, lacteals. Why not by blood? Can you think? We can raise these questions on WhatsApp and we can find out the answer if you are interested in. Thank you.